And yet, like you
Mm,
like you said, even a child could follow your rules. I've tried many avenues to try and break up the matrix, so to speak. I've done
mm,
sales, I've done recruitment, I've done my own trying to do marketing company, drop shipping. I've done all these different things, and this is the only one that I see it's actually viable. Where,
mm,
but as long as your
mm.
mentality is there, your brain's there, you can do it.
See, now you are funded with how much are you funded with?
So it's
Specifically?
50K. Uh,
50K.
yeah, so it's not the biggest account, and it was quite
Yeah,
cheap. But that means the rules are very strict, and I keep finding new rules.
you're still funded. It shows, even with such strict rules, it just shows there must be something about the way you're trading to
Mm.
pass an evaluation. It's got such strict rules. You know what I mean?
Probably about a year, maybe.
About a year since you first joined.
Yeah, maybe shy of a year. Yeah, a few months less, but yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But yeah, it's been a while. Took me a while to get the mindset switch.
yeah. No, it's
But yeah,
really good. It's really good because I remember on our first call, you were definitely you had something about you with like the way you were thinking with trading, but it was just maybe I guess let me hear from your perspective. What would you say it's been like from when you were trading before you met me and before you even heard about, Magneto and Captain America? Like, what would you say has been the biggest difference between how you traded before and how you trade now?
um, good question. I mean, the most obvious difference for me would be that I don't have that much fear into it. So before I'd be like shit scared of losing money, but now I'm trusting the system a bit more. I say a bit more because I'm still quite skeptical, but I let it play out instead of just pulling out really early or just putting all in and just being impulsive because I want to revenge trade and do all those
Yeah,
nasty habits that beginner traders have really.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I had strategies before, but they weren't really consistent and they weren't very
Mm,
simple. But yeah, stuff like that just takes time to learn. So I think
yeah,
patience and
yeah,
yeah, fear and patience have been eliminated
yeah.
from my watch.
Okay, so you would say like the fear and patience have been eliminated.
So not
So
patience,
is
the
that
fear has been
place
eliminated. Patience has been gained, I guess.
gained? Yeah,
Yeah,
the patience has been gained,
yeah,
but the fear's been eliminated. That's really really that's a pivotal thing to say, man. Like I think a lot of people, even today, I mean, someone in the group was talking about FOMO, and I think that's why a lot of people don't succeed with trading. It's just they're just afraid to take the trade. But
yeah.
obviously now you are funded with how much are you funded with
So it's
specifically?
50K. Uh,
50K.
yeah, so it's not the biggest account, and it was quite
Yeah.
cheap. But that means the rules are very strict, and I keep finding new rules as I trade. So I'm
Yeah.
probably going to find another challenge to try and pass that as well. So I'll have to and just leave this on the back burner a bit because yeah, it's let's just say it's very easy to fail the challenge
Yeah.
once
And
past.
I always recommend yeah, I that's why I always recommend FTMO. I know you didn't go with them, but hey man, 50K funded, you're funded now. Bottom line is you're funded. It's better than nothing. If you had maybe gone for the FTMO, I would have said, all right, cool. You get a bit more leverage, you get a bit more wiggle room. But nevertheless, I think you're still funded. It shows, even with such strict rules, it just shows there must be something about the way you're trading to
Mm.
pass an evaluation. It's got such strict rules. You know what I mean? So cool. So I guess like um, for someone who's like maybe a complete beginner, obviously it took you a little bit of a while. But
Yeah.
why do you think it took you a while? Because there are some people that maybe they've been trading for 2, 3 years. How long were you trading before you even came across the strategy that we teach?
Oh, a year and a half, like consistently about a year and a half. When I was like actively thinking, okay, I need to actually do this. But it was mainly like relying on EAs or bots or just solo gimmicks here and there.
Mm,
Not
mm,
not specifically trading with candles myself, or like
yeah,
looking at some indicators. It was more like with the assistance of other third parties and stuff.
yeah. Got it. And okay, cool. So there's obviously some background. So you weren't a complete beginner, but
No.
like compare like the other strategies. I know you said they weren't consistent. Like, why do you think Magneto is just maybe so simple though, like compared to the other stuff that is out there?
I guess there's less to figure out. Like the others, or the ones I was following was basically like order block, fair value gaps, looking for change of characters. There's all these confluences that you need like three or four before you can think, yeah, that's a good trade. But with Magneto, it literally is, you wake up at 6:30, 6:45, you start seeing the trade form. If it goes through your liquidity, it goes through liquidity. If it doesn't, then try not to take the trade. Yeah,
So
that's the main difference, really.
yeah, but would you say it's more about like I guess finding that balance then of like, you know, you having your set rules. Obviously, I've laid out very basic rules for, a 5-year-old or, anyone can literally follow it. But
Yeah.
ultimately, what would you say separates you from like the other guys in the group? Because it is really simple. I mean, it is obviously really, really basic, but obviously there are some people that I could give this strategy to and they won't even succeed.
Mm.
Whereas to someone like you who's maybe come in and just been patient, gone with it, what's that drive? Or is it an internal drive? Is it your mindset? Like, what would you say is separating you from like all the others?
Uh, I'd say it's probably like an internal drive to be good at it. I mean, I've been telling myself I want to be a profitable trader for a couple of years now, for a while, and that's in my head. I've done. And maybe the difference is that I don't know about them. I don't know, but I've tried many avenues to try and break up the matrix, so to speak. I've
Mm,
done sales, I've done recruitment, I've done my own trying to do marketing company, drop shipping. I've done all these different things, and this is the only one that I see it's actually viable with
mm,
not so much less work because there is a lot of work, but as long as your
mm,
mentality is there, your brain's there, you can do it. And yet, like
mm.
you said, even a child could follow your rules, and they can.
Yeah,
They just need to be good at keeping their mindset in check. I think I'm
yeah,
pretty with my mind now.
yeah, yeah. How
And
quick, how quick would you say it is to sort of first of all grasp the rules and then how much time do you actually spend trading Magneto? Like I'm not saying if you're holding the trade, cool. You're not actually trading, but how much time do you actually spend identifying the pointing candle and then just pressing buy or sell on the charts?
uh, I mean, it can vary, mate, but I'd say
On
probably around an
average,
hour. Yeah, on average, probably 20
on that
minutes.
20 minutes. Right.
Yeah, but obviously, if it goes past like 8 o'clock, usually it gets to like half seven, nothing's been formed. I'd say an hour, because then you have to wait
Yeah.
for the whole 8 o'clock gamble and then see where it goes then.
Yeah. Fair. Cool. Listen, look, you're obviously a sharp guy. You got that drive. Obviously, not everyone has that drive, but for someone who's maybe skeptical, maybe thinking, "Oh, Josh is one of these other gurus." There's so many gurus. You've probably been scammed. I got scammed when I started off trading 6, 7 years ago. We've all been there. But what would you say makes me different compared to like the other like gurus out there who are maybe just selling a scam or something?
Well,
Because you
you're
said
kind of
you're
on.
skeptical, right?
Hmm?
Because you said you're skeptical. So I guess what made me different, or I guess what makes me different now that you've worked with me, now you know what I'm like. Like, what would you say makes me different compared to the other gurus?
Well, first off, you're not charging a stupid amount of money because and that's quite a clever way of doing it. Secondly, I'd say that obviously you're very upfront about the strategy instead of saying like some people say, "I'll follow it to the letter," but actually sometimes the letter doesn't work. And you have said that. You said, have a look at yourself, implement what works for you. Don't just follow it to the T, even though that's what you know. That's what you sold. So some people don't like that. I get that, but I quite like that. You sell the foundations and people can build on it.
Yeah, yeah, got it,
Personally,
man. Obviously, there's a lot of people that I speak to. Would you recommend this program to someone else, like who's maybe been in your shoes, or even a beginner, like even a complete beginner who's never traded this sort of ever never traded before? Like, would you recommend this to a friend or a beginner that wants to get involved in trading, or How do you feel?
To be honest, funny you say that because I have tried doing that. I've tried recommending my friends to this because I do see like if your mindset's there and the course itself is not gonna lie, it's pretty simple, but that's kind of what you want as a beginner. You don't want it to be overloaded. You want something that's straightforward and teaches you a few things, and then you just stick with those few things. So yeah, I would recommend this to beginners. To be fair.
Hey there, I hope you found that somewhat impactful. Listen, I mean, if you're open to learning and you want to take on a mechanical strategy that you can learn quite simply, I'd be happy to help you. Just click the link below. You can book a call with myself, we can have a chat and hopefully help you find freedom. Speak soon.